Thank you. Thank you very much. Please, can we put our hands together for the melody singers? Please, may I kindly at this point invite for spoken word a very fine model looking like, very young at heart, by a couple replica. Sister, please, can you come forward for just 3 minutes spoken word?
Good evening, His Excellency, Deacon David Umai. Good evening, sir, and His Excellencies and the special guest of honor. You're welcome to another edition of the Couples Banquet 2019, and I am your overwhelming host, Precious Ozams. I want to thank all lovers from all over the world and in Ebonyi State in particular for being a lover, for expressing love, for being in love, and for loving love. So in this season of Christmas, this edition is so wonderful because this edition is the edition where we celebrate Christ, Christmas, a season of love, the peak of love, where we celebrate the love of our Heavenly Father, the Father of love, the most romantic of all lovers, who expressed love by giving us His dear Son, and that is the love that we all enjoy. That is the love that we all have today, and that is the love that has built the love that we enjoy in this wonderful state, Ebonyi State, and that love has given us the love that Deacon Engineer David Umai and Deaconess Rachel Umai has expressed to everyone in the state. Because you can see in the state that with the love, they have structurally structured the infrastructures of the state. With the love, they have with education, educated the unlearned in the state. With the love, they have concreted the roads with concrete, making the streets a better place. With the love, they have made lightning everywhere with lights in the state. With the love, they have purposefully planned a plan for the state, making the state the salt the world wants to taste, making the state the place everybody all over the world wants to be because of the love they have built. And this love, I'm dedicating this wonderful love poem to this love. It says, I saw love and love saw me. Isn't he beautiful? Was all I could say in my heart is my presence met his presence. Melting in the euphoria of the presence of my Lord perfect. For love is beautiful and love is what we share in the state. Love is all that we see in the state. And love is Christ. And love is Engineer David Umai and Deaconess Rachel Umai. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Your Excellencies, even though the story of Romeo and Juliet has been ironical, but if you look at the lady from the novelic injunctions and interpretations, this is the Romeo and the Juliet story they talked about. Please, can we put hands together for this special lady? Your Excellencies, I will kindly invite at this point Monday Uzo for us to take this special couples time at this point before we go for the toast.
Thank you very much. At this point, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we want to talk about couples special time. We would like to select best couple tonight. And we are going to use 3 for this game. 1 from Ebonyi South, 1 from Ebonyi North, and 1 from Ebonyi Central. Let me invite, please can we provide seats for them here? Okay, they will stand. Let me invite Honorable and Mrs. Chidozie Igwe. Honorable and Mrs. Chidozie, you're going to please come forward to the podium. Let me also invite Chief and Mrs. Emmanuel Ogoro. Chief and Mrs. Emmanuel Ogoro. From Ebonyi Central, let me invite the leader of the house, Honorable and Mrs. Victor Ozomachuku. Thank you very much.
Your Excellencies and distinguished guests, Your Excellency, the questions we'll be asking is going to be asked with the microphone, while the partner will answer in a sheet of paper we call the result. It's going to be both romantic, religious, social, and economic-based questions. This is to test, possibly, the emotional attachment between the couples we have here. If you look at them, we have from the digital age couple, we have the analog age couple, and we have the medieval age couples among them. The Deputy Governor will understand better. Your Excellencies, when we put the question using the microphone, that will be using a sheet of paper, we'll ask the wife about the husband privately, you write it down. And we'll do a personal inquiry about that to confirm whether you are correct or absolutely wrong. And when you are wrong, it means you have been away from home for some time. Maybe you are the kind of person that will say that His Excellency have a school meeting by 12 midnight. The Lamb will be giving us something very romantic at this point, so that we'll get ready for this all-important emotional outing. Your Excellency, while we get ready with the materials we're going to use for this, you will remember that biblically, love started with introduction of first partner to the next person. It wasn't meeting a woman on the road and talking to the person directly. But as the world progresses, while the Bible have assisted in laying the foundation, it is now from the wife to the husband. And recently, we have seen situations where a woman can comfortably kneel down and engage a man. Sir, based on the time we have wasted in this relationship, can we now make it meaningful? Maybe the leader of the house will have a quintessential knowledge of this one we talked about now. Please, we're waiting for just 3 minutes. I will begin to take the questions. No matter what you do, the question you answer, the existing best couple in Ebonyi State is the couple made up of His Excellency Engineer Chief David Mwezomai. They are still holding the trophy since last year's program. Please, can you put hands together for their excellencies? Some of us here, you can hardly remember the last time you told your wife, I love you. Please, can you turn around because it's couple's night? Tell your wife or your partner, I love you.
Around the world, trying to find the woman that will understand me. I'm going round the world, trying to find the woman that will understand me. All the women I had before, they didn't understand me. I'm gonna find you, baby. and I ain't gonna look no further. And I'm gonna find you, baby, and I ain't gonna look no further. And I'm gonna find you, baby, and I ain't gonna look no further. Oh, 'cause she's so nice. What do you get? So nice, so nice. Oh, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Oh, oh, oh. I've got you to make me feel alright. I've got you to make me feel alright. I've got you, baby, to make me feel alright. I'm running around the world trying to find a woman.
Please, thank you very much.
Understands.
Mrs. Chidose, please, can you come this way? Just here. Just here. We'll simply ask your husband a question about you. He will write it. We will call the result right and here. And we'll also ask you a question. You respond with a call. Dear Mr. Chidose Igwe, in marriage and in production of children, you have been very successful. So we'll go into personal details. At this point, the question number one for you, you'll be facing that side so that your wife will not be, Madam, can you be looking at the fountain, beautiful fountain? Can you please, in just a second, write the shoe size of your wife? Madam, can you write it there so that we'll confirm? The size of her shoe, just focus. Both America, China, just define them. She will also answer both America and China. Madam, please, can you write your shoe size? Okay, go ahead. Thank you very much. Madam, can we have yours? Just one.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Your Excellencies. Your Excellency, we have given Mr. Chidose Igwe the question, the shoe size of the wife. According to him, he wrote 8. And from the wife here, she wrote 40. If you check it by UK and US, she's absolutely correct. Please, can you put your hands together for them? By UK and US arrangement, sir. Can you just come close to this way? Now that you have gotten the question. This way. Can you look at your wife? Look at your wife. Thank you.
From the other side of the telephone.
Your Excellency, I don't know whether I'm qualified to ask this question. When he married, I was still in my mother's womb. So this is going to be a critical one. Madam, can you shift close to Dr. Monde also? Very quickly. Madam, I'll be asking you immediately. What is the name of your husband's closest friend? Okay, write it.
I remember the day.
The question is the name of your husband's closest friend.
I told her mama.
It could be male or female.
I'm getting married. I could hear her voice from the other side of the telephone. She was smiling. She asked me a question and I got to answer.
Thank you very much, madam.
She said, son, did you take time to know her? I told her, mama, she's the best.
Thank you very much.
Today, he gave me so to go back.
Please, Your Excellency,
Mama,
if I am a WAEC invigilator,
oh,
this one can be described as F9.
this song is I made.
Why Madam has written Uncle Shola,
This song is
Oga
mine.
Emaogro has written Engineer Collins Mweze. So this is a pure grade 1 F9.
He asked me so.
Thank you very much, Oga. Can you go close
This
to your wife?
choice I made didn't go anywhere I thought it would. This choice of mine, oh,
Thank you.
Mama
Thank
said,
you. This marriage is very fresh. Madam, please, can you come this way?
Somebody got me saying, oh, hey, it's not easy,
The question is going to be to your dear husband.
but I hope you make it.
How
Be
old
happy again.
was your wife when you met her? Madam, write it, Oga.
To understand it so,
Your father-in-law is here.
but I hope you make it. You'll be happy again. I remember when I held you by the hands, preacher man read the scripture, reading walls in your eyes. Baby, what the preacher man said was not something that was within you. Now I know what it means when they said that beautiful woman is another man's plaything. Oh Lord, I'm getting
Thank you. Thank you. Your Excellencies,
choice I made.
this one has qualified for F9 with a red biro.
This choice of mine, oh,
While the husband has written 19 years, which is legally
this choice
a near
I
child
made.
abuse.
The
The wife has written 21 years.
This choice of mine, oh,
So the difference is clear. Please, can we put our hands together for them?
it's not easy
Madam, please, can you come this way?
to understand it so.
Can you come this way? Thank you.
You'll be happy.
Your Excellency, the way we say it, when we are in Kenikpa Primary School, ndị full class in Ishikechi when you're on a stage. Okay, ma. Thank you very much. I know your surname affected you, the Ogoro.
I remember in
Thank you very
church
much. You may wish to
when
step
the
down, sir.
preacher
Thank you.
man read the
Thank you.
scripture.
Thank
look
you.
so beautiful.
Thank you.
So beautiful and so innocent.
Okay, ma. Thank you. You are going to shake
Baby,
the chairman of the
I
coordinators
did
forum.
not know that behind this beauty
Okay, Victor.
lies that true colors that will destroy me.
Thank you very much.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the best couple in Ebonyi State 2019. Chief and Mrs. Chidozie Igwe, put your hands together
After
for
the
you.
reggae play the blues, make you do as
Go
I
and
do.
shake their Excellencies. I do.
Enjoy your wife for Chidos here. Cause you are boo, no get a boo. Shady gala, shady blues. Everybody wanna groove. As far as the money they pay. Chidos here, jump and melo. Oh, yeah, see, man, no when then the blues. You don't know how much she they pull. See money from front like swimming pool. If they give me wings like ready pull. My excellence, anything you want to make I do.
I do.
I don't be tiger back to my pool. Oh yeah, my madam, that's for me, my madam. I like how you madam. I could spray you with Ebonyi. Check my madam, that's for me, my madam. I like how you madam. I could spray you with Ebonyi. After the reggae play the blues, oh. And when you make you do as I do.
I do.
Enjoy yourself, oh, baby boo. Cause even your boo no get it boo. Say shady money, shady bruise. Oh. Everybody wanna groove. As far as I go baron and they pay.
Thank you.
Ebonyi has a chop down.
Thank you. Thank you.
If you give unto me, I go take her. Only you went on the fake. Call him darling, I go call him mommy. After the reggae, play the blues. Oh.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, with humility may I invite His Excellency, the Governor of Ebonyi State of Nigeria, Chairman, Southeast Governors
There shall
Forum,
be showers of
Engineer
blessing.
Dr. David Weze Umai.
This
Your
is the
Excellency, sir.
promise of love. There shall be season refreshing. Same from the Savior above. Showers of blessing. Showers of blessing we need. Mercy does and does are falling. But for the showers we plead.
Thank you. Please be seated. Your Excellencies, our leaders, and our bosses. Let me, on behalf of my own immediate boss, my wife, thank all the spouses in the house for coming tonight to be celebrated. Yesterday, we had our end of year party. And God told us to bring all our spouses, the spouses of government officials and religious leaders, and our partners in the Ebonyi project, to bring them together and to say to them, we love you, we thank you. We thank you for all the nights we kept you sleepless. We thank you for all the pains of being absent in the house. We thank you for making you the only nannies. You took care of the home front. It has never been easy, because government officials, religious leaders, and all the partners in the Ebonyi project, they have given their best for Ebonyi to be where we are today. Can we put our hands together for them? Put your hands together. So tonight we celebrate you. We did not fully prepare very well for you, but this is just the beginning to let you know how beautiful you are, how important you are, how much we appreciate the sacrifices you have made that we may achieve what God has led us to achieve. So we're very grateful. And I want to thank God so much. I'm a very happy person. I'm fulfilled. All the leaders of Ebonyi State, irrespective of party coloration, everyone is here. Every of their spouses is here. It's not easy to achieve this feat. It can only be by the finger of God. There is so much joy and happiness in the minds of our people. And this is what people have been asking. Where do we derive the energy? The source is the unity, is the love that are so much in abundance in Ebonyi State. So happy to see people I've not seen for some time. So happy to see some of the spouses I never saw before. So happy for you to know that we never conducted ESCO beyond 4 p.m. So that when you go back, you have to ask the questions. All the lies that were heaped on my head. We were in Governor's ESCO meeting. So it's an opportunity to hear the truth so that when you go back, you have to ask some questions. But just know that there is committee meeting beyond Governor's meeting. Not be so. You know, somebody said that the leader of the house and the wife got F9. It's not true. You know, the women's age is different from the real age. So there is always -2 in the women's age. So the leader got it 100%. Because 19 plus 2, is it not 21? No, be so. Are there mathematicians in the house? Very correct. You know, African woman, when you call them lady, you call a woman, I say, no, I be lady. Don't be so. And even my commissioner for environment, you know, when you are not a mathematician, you couldn't have presided over this. There is what is called differentiation and integration. You see, there are usually 3 names. So the engineer Collins is called Engineer Shola Collins. No, be so? So he's the moderator that actually failed. Because he should have asked for the 3 names. He only asked for the names. And so they shared the names in love. This one said Shola. That's the first name. The other one said Engineer Collins. They still reserve one for the first child of the marriage. Put your hands together for all of them. You know, when the moderator said that the first family is been holding the trophy, I say it's not easy for me. The trophy of love. And I said to my wife, will you choose Suya? He said no. So I began to choose Suya. Then suddenly he said to me, put it in my mouth, put it in my mouth. I put the first one. Then he said, put second one. I put second one. I look around. I say it's like I'm the only one who is carrying my suffering from the house to outside. I said, I don't put again, no. If you want to choose, you are choose like other people. Let my own suffering not be too much. So, I want to thank the couples that came out tonight. I was being very careful. Should they ask me my wife's shoe size? I would just say overlength. And I wouldn't mistake it because, you know, I've taken her, you know, to shops. And each place we go, they say, I can't find my size here. I say, God, thank you very much. This money must go with me. So I'm so happy because there are a few places you can find her shoe size. And when she's much taller than me. And when she wears high heel, I get very angry. I say, what are you proving? What are you proving? So I want to thank all the organizers. We love our spouses. We appreciate you so much. By Easter, we make it much more lively and give it much more time. But it's very important, no matter how busy we are, our families are very important. When we come together like this, there is no 2 homes that are the same. You know, a man married the wife and they were enjoying their honeymoon. And the woman was, he said, honey, I'm in a state of ecstasy. The husband said, what is ecstasy? He said, honey, it's the feeling you feel when you feel you are going to feel a feeling which you feel never felt before. And he said, this is wonderful. The wife said to the man, I want to make a promise to you. He said, go ahead. He said, tell me one thing you will never want me to tell you as a husband. The husband said, yes. Don't you ever tell me to go and see my mates, because you saw all of them and you decided to marry me. So I'm very unique. So our spouses, don't stop telling us. I'm not saying do not, because you do. But stop telling us to go and see our mates. No two homes are ever the same. No be so? And akukwara governor aka. I never beat the comedian wey come out here. If you believe so, can you put your hands better for me, Joe?
That's all.
You know easy now.
That's all.
You know easy. But we have a lot to learn from our spouses. A lot to learn from them. You know, I've always told people that even when your husband, your spouse picks a quarrel, either in government or out of government, especially our wives, you are destabilizing factors. We must listen to our wives. But not in hotels. You have to remove money and listen in every other thing. But money, the wife must listen to husbands when money is involved, because we are best managers of money. Best managers of money. No be so?
Not so.
You know, the man is always thinking of only one thing: how to make the wife happy. But the woman is thinking of perfume, lipsticks, Indian hair, Cameroonian hair, Brazilian hair, you know, all kinds of hairs. I was going to India, and my wife said, you must buy an India clothes and buy India hair. I now started going alone. That place, no security now. At the Waka, you know the population of India. After a long distance, I called my wife. I said, don't send me this kind of thing again. You made me a common man here. Supposing people come willing me here. I said, don't try this again. This is out of love. This is now love, you know. So I brought the dress. And I was crossing over to China. He said, my husband, those dresses you bought are not the correct one. Though. I said, okay, I'm sending somebody to take them and send back. He said, try China. You will see some better clothes in China. Women are wonderful. You know, the men think they're wise, but the women, they're the wisest. Can we put our hands together to our wives? So I want to thank you so much. And I want to ask you to make our homes very beautiful this Xmas. Make us very important. Accept us. Let us know that we are important. When you make a man to know he's important, he can now discuss the money with you. Amen. Let me tell you something. The best way to discuss money with women is to open joint account. But civil servants don't open joint account, because we will not allow one BVN for two persons. So don't bring love into the civil service. Oh. So I want to thank you very much. We have the following leaders in the house: the present and former governor spouses, present and former deputy governor spouses, of course, the spouses of speakers, deputy speakers, spouses of CJ. When I say they are spouses, it means that the man or the woman is there, and then the spouse is there. And of course, the president, customary court of appeal, the judges and spouses for our judges, the magistrates and spouses of the magistrates, our National Assembly members. Those who are supposed to be here are here. Those that we do not know how they became, they are not here. May God help them in Jesus' name.
Amen.
And their spouses are also here who are supposed to be here. The largest ESCO in Nigeria, all the spouses are here and the ESCO members. The Ebonyi State House of Assembly, all of them are here, present and past, and their spouses. And board and commissions, they are here, past and present, and their spouses. The ESCO of Christian Association of Nigeria and other religious bodies are also here, the bishops and their spouses, divine mandate pastors, their leader and spouses, widows and their coordinator spouses, the market women and their spouses. These are selected people, elders, councils, to former ministers, former ambassadors, and their spouses, founding fathers, and their spouses, principal officers of ESCO, present and past, and their spouses, former Ebonyi State House of Assembly principal officers and their spouses, local government advisory committee and their spouses, PDP ESCO and their spouses, APAC ESCO, that's other political parties, if they ever exist in Ebonyi. But we have left one throne for them and their spouses, of course, our security chiefs and their spouses, our coordinators and spouses, chairmen of local government areas and spouses, PAM secretaries and spouses, NLC, TUC and spouses, Nigeria Union of Journalists and spouses, and Ebonyi Youth Assembly, the men and women and their spouses. So we have 30 of these groups, and they will receive our gift. And this gift, the gift is only to the spouse of these designated people. Only the spouses. And it's only for those who are present. So the SLG is going to pass a paper to the leadership. And so the leadership will take the paper and then they will go and agree on how to go about the donation, which they should ordinarily use to buy rice and yam and the condiments. So I want to thank you very much. And what do we play One Love that's been holding us together? You know, in the ESCO today, the ESCO was trying to move a motion that, you know, the population of Southeast is getting small and small, that we should populate the population of Southeast. And I asked them, how do we do it? They say, Your Excellency, you can announce for our wives to allow us to marry second wives. I said, I'm not going to preside over this, because if I preside, I have to go and sleep in one of the guest houses today. So we had to suspend the motion. But our wives must know that the population of South is going small. So you have to do a kind of convention or conference and advise the men what they are going to do to increase the population of South. Those who support say aye. The ayes have it. Thank you and God bless you. Couples dance. One love, keep us together.
Yes, sir.
Please, all the couples step forward and join His Excellency, please.
I can see the children
Join
saying,
His Excellency.
little children screaming,
Let's get together and feel alright.
I can see the children saying,
One Lord,
what about the one love?
one heart.
Yeah.
Give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright.
Come on, baby.
Let's get together and feel alright.
Oh. Let all my pass on, yeah. That it reminds us. There is one question that I would really love to ask.
One heart.
Is there a place for those who blessing us, who has hurt all mankind just to save us all. Hold your wife and sing it. One Lord. What about the one Lord? One heart. Let's get together and feel alright. I can see the children saying, one Lord. What about the one Lord? One heart. Hey, we take some praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Come on, baby, let's get together and feel alright. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let us get together to fight this holy Armageddon. Oh, no. When the man comes, there will be no doom. I pity on those whose chances get seeded, cause there are no hiding place for the Father of creation. Somebody sing it. One Lord. What about the one Lord? One heart. Hey, let's get together and feel alright. Somebody saying it. One Lord. You do the screaming of one heart. Hey, give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Come on, baby, let's get together and feel alright. Oh, 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 oh. Let all them pass out there, that they remind. Oh, no. There is one question that I would really love to ask. Oh, is there a place for those who are blessing us, who has hurt all mankind just to save their own? Somebody sing it. One Lord. What about the one Lord? One heart. Hey, let's get together and feel alright. Can see the children saying, one Lord. What about the one Lord? One heart. Hey, give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I'll feel alright.
Thank you very much. Please, can we go back to our seats?
Please, may we go back to our seats?
Excuse me, dance is allowed.
May we go back to our
Look at
seats?
this. Look at that. Look at this. Look at that.
May we go back to our seats? May we go back to our seats?
Love it, one more change.
Back to our seats.
Love it, baby. Oh, when the back when I'm on top,
May we go back to our seats?
Seven day, I look at this, I look at that. Love it, one more change. Love it, baby. Oh, when the back when I'm on top, I love it, you only one. Seven. I do that, woman. I do that, baby. When I'm on it to pass him out. When I'm on it to pass him out. When I'm on it to pass him out. When I'm on it to kiss him out. When I'm on it to pass him out. The girl even not but we even not like they got them booty they got them booty. What about doctor's prescription 4 times in a day? Baby, if we find baby, 1 time is here. If we find number 1 over nature lata. What a be baby. Number 2 bonito quality. What a be baby. Girl, we baby. This is girl, we baby. What we baby. This is girl, we baby. Say, hello, this is girl, we baby. Hello, this is nice. I'm on any amalo. I'm not like it again. I'm going to amalo. I'm not following it. What a beef and nacho. What a beef and daily. I say, let go the Puliluya. Let go the Pulovia. What a doctor's prescription. 3 times in a day. When they tell me, Luan, you know, look at what gave we feel daily. I got my Luan in Toronto. I can't be a go. I got me, low. Nobody. Yes, sir. I'm not well in the Amalo. I'm not like it again. I'm not well in the Amalo. I'm not following again. What a beef and daily. What a beef and not like. Let go the bully do you. Let go the bully. Papa, that's not restriction. 5 times in a day. Baby, baby, baby. Give me vanilla. Let me want to be here. Give me vanilla. Number 1, who will not logo no go. Number 2, will not alata. Fly over. Number 3, will not you. Would you want to baby, 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 keep we
Permit me to invite the Art Council for their performance. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. I'll give them mine. Let me give them. 5 minutes. Ono potabano. Who will handle the microphone?
Oh God, ask my name. We're going to ship web and I'm not talking about shit. I have. What could you go and gangaria here, crocodile?
Sir.
Ebonyi aka anyị nwere obodo ọzọ. Ebonyi amaka anyị nwere obodo ọzọ. Ebonyi amaka ezigbo obodo ọma. Ebonyi amaka anyị nwere obodo ọzọ.
This is Channels Television. You've been watching our live coverage of the Ebonyi State Stakeholders Dinner in Abakaliki. We now return to our regular broadcast. Stay with us.
You've been watching a live Channels Television event.
All our viewers around the world, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.